I'm sure it's strange to you that I feel emotional about certain things. One might assume that, being around for so long and having seen the things I have, having experienced just about all the darkness this world can offer, that I'd have grown a thicker skin. That most things would just bounce off me without any response. But I think humans underestimate the true weight of the world and its vices. What is repulsive and shocking to you, I feel nothing for, but that which you consider mundane and almost meaningless, I take great joy in. For example, war and plague. When you watch a news cycle about some new war brewing or some new strand of virus spreading across some third world country, you likely become anxious, nervous, or fearful, maybe even angry. You react to these things because you find them frightful and abhorrent. Rightfully so, I grant you. And yet these things mean almost nothing to me. I've been present for every war in history, and frankly, I have grown quite weary of war. It is an art form in its own twisted and violent way, grant you, but it is an art I grow very tired of seeing. Believe me, war has been a constant in the world of humans since time began, and it will stay that way for as long as mankind exists. It bothers you, I know, but it doesn't resonate with me. Plague is the same. Diseases, poxes, and cancers, while bleak and hard to endure and witness, have been a constant in the world as well. Take heart, I do not find joy in them, per se, but I'm not moved by them either. This recent outcry from the supposed coronavirus is nothing new to me. Just another in a long history of diseases and epidemics. They come, and they go. I clean up the mess. It's the same. If anything, I'm quite disgusted by them. But what am I moved by? Ironically, it is the smaller things, the things I find humans often take no time to appreciate, or rather have forgotten how to. I recall just a few days ago I was making my way through yet another hospital ward. I do spend too much time in those. Only this time I heard music being played. I stopped and wandered over to investigate and found a man playing a piano for some of the ill and injured patients. The piece was Feuerlies by Ludwig von Beethoven, if I do recall correctly. A gorgeous piece. The man's piano was slightly off-key, but it mattered so little. The beauty in the notes, the subtle way in which his fingers glided across ivory keys with each stroke. His eyes were closed as he played, the music committed to his heart and his memory. The ill who listened to him basked in the sweet and ceaseless melody. It was a sound that held no joy but also no pain. It held only that soft sensation of peace. I stayed only for a few moments, I know, but the moments felt like an age. I was lost in the majesty of music. Oh yes, I do love music. Art as well, although few art forms compete with music for me. I recall that only about 5 years ago I found some lost portable music player that young humans were around, plugged into and listening to their music. I confess myself curious. I tried it myself to see what the sensation was like. I picked up the little earpieces that they wear and put them in my own to listen. And it was unpleasant, to say the least. Not one ballad or opera or sonnet on the whole device. Nothing but screaming into microphones and jumbled words merely pretending to be poetry. I tossed it aside not long after. Perhaps its previous owner was just as disinclined to the choice of music as I was. Where some humans find joy in money, status, position, power, these things mean nothing to me. You don't carry them with you, and they only last for a fleeting moment. Money, when held on to, has no value. It only matters when you spend it. But once spent, it's gone, and you replace it with another material item. What meaning does it have then? Music, meanwhile, I feel resonates with the soul. It can be inspirational. It can be uplifting, or it can bring one down. It can lower one's mood. I feel that music can last far longer throughout the ages. Good music, anyway. I also find joy in colors, the gentle fading of one color into a new. The sky itself is not just blue, you know. Look upon the sky on any different day, and you may find it changes its hue for you. Blue one day, and then perhaps gray another. Perhaps it will be so dark you can see every star, thus changing its color again with those pockets of sharp, sprinkling lights. The moon in its evasive glow will also distort the typical gloomy black with a gentle and subtle shift to indigo. The sunset in its canvas of orange, purple, red, and yellow will turn the simple world you know into a sea of vibrant and underappreciated beauty. For those blessed few to fly in an airplane, if you fly high enough, you can look out your window, up towards the sky, and see nothing but purple in every direction. For the difference in atmosphere will change how you see the sky. And if you believe the emptiness of space is without color or vibrancy, then I can assure you there is a wonder to the universe not yet seen by human eyes. But all of these things feed into the imagination, and as I've said before, I've always had a soft spot for the imaginative. Children, particularly. Children have within them a naivety that allows them to appreciate the world and escape into a world of their own design and imagination. Though they may see me, they do not fear me, they merely accept me, understand that I am something intrinsic to their existence, and then move on. Whereas their parents or elders will see me and shudder with fright at the understanding of what I represent. The final note in their symphony, the coup de grace, the last black mark on a canvas, the ending of the video, the falling of the story. And to a child, the song is ever playing. The canvas has yet to be completed, and the story is just getting past the prologue. So they have no fear of what comes at the end, for why concern yourself with the ending when you have yet to experience the journey itself? It is this very truth that causes such outrage from humanity when I come for the soul of a child. When a child is accepted into my arms before they grow older, past that innocent age, it is seen as far more abhorrent than the passing of an adult, for the child has yet to even understand the ending of their tale, let alone be prepared for it. A 90-year-old man is often more prepared and willing to meet me, and thus, while sad, it's easier to digest. But a 5-year-old boy? What life did that boy have? What experience prepared him for me? None. A small token of innocence stripped from this world sooner than was ever meant to be. When I stop to think of the symphony that could have been, or the colors that could have emerged from that life, it does bring me no small degree of sadness. That is why I take no joy in coming for the soul of a child. It's not a hard thing to do. I have no difficulty. In fact, children put up less of a fight. But it is something I still detest all the same. I've seen many things. I've endured them. I've wandered through the centuries and seen every great calamity that mankind has been forced to endure. I have seen man's greatest achievements and greatest failings. But it is not these things that most resonate in my memory. Achievements will be forgotten or outdone by others. Failings will be written over or made up for. It's the small moments, the brief but meaningful pieces of beauty in song, color, and life that mean the most to me. The unique canvas of the sky during a sunset, or the melodious notes of a moonlit sonata being played, or even just the laughter of children, the ringing of wedding bells, the soft hymn of the river running towards the sea. Little things that humanity passes by every day and doesn't provide even a second glance. Humanity lives in the fast lane, so to speak. Speed is paramount, and getting to the next shiny form of happiness is all that is relevant. But I believe that trying to rush to happiness is counterintuitive. Happiness sought in haste will vanish just as quickly, and all that is left behind is emptiness. Perhaps it's because I've been around so long that I've learned to simply take things slowly, appreciate the calm and simple moments more and more. The large and bombastic periods of history that humans center on feel fleeting to an extent. I remember moments, but little more. Does that mean I'm missing out? Is it wisdom or just plain disinterest? I can't be sure. Perhaps the centuries have just waned on me. Perhaps interest fades the longer you live. Maybe it's better that I don't know. I'm not sure I'm ready to know. Maybe I'll never be ready. I'm on a beach right now. The tide is licking my toes as I write this. I'm sure a few passerby must think I'm quite strange. Who writes in a diary while standing on the beach? But it's necessary. I have an appointment out here in about 2 minutes, so it's best I end here for now. I can't afford to get too distracted. Although, I confess I wouldn't mind getting lost in the pleasant melody of the waves, and the gorgeous Maui blue sea that shimmers in the sun as if made of jewels. I could stand here forever. But I suppose that wouldn't be productive either. It's time to go. Sincerely, Death.